What's going on, yo? What's going on? Let me know how we sounding. Let me know how we sounding. What's going on, yo? Right now I'm here. What's going on? What's good? How you feeling, my boy? So I got to do this. Well, it's not gonna be a Sunday chart analysis, but I got to do the Monday chart analysis. I had to redo it. So I got to redo it. I forget about y'all. But we're looking for right now is the NAS100 stuff. I'm not really looking at any. Like I said, I got to redo the Sunday chart analysis. I'll let y'all know. But as of right now, we're just looking at NAS100. We could look for possible GU sales, but I don't really want to touch GU till tomorrow. So as of right now, we're just looking at NAS100 sales. Now we do have a lot more news this week compared to last week, so we should see some action this week. But as far as today, we don't have anything going on until later on tonight, Australian news. Make sure I like the lives. You'll hop up in here, y'all, and subscribe if you have not already. And let me know if the audio is sounding good. Let me know if the audio is sounding good. So with NAS, we're looking to see if we can BCR and maintain 28,550 as resistance. That, or we're going to look for a retest at 28,760. What's going on, Alana? How you feeling? I see you up in here. You said, why is there always a gap like that when the market opens back up? It's because the markets are closed only for like purchasing and investing, right? It's just like the forex market, right? The forex market is closed, but you can still go to the bank, right? The forex market is closed, but you can still buy, share, transfer currencies. So the gap is really just like an update of what went on between when the markets was closed and when the markets reopened. That's all it really is. That's why the futures charts usually are, or the options charts are super gappy compared to the forex charts. But that's also why, especially like on Sunday nights, you see a gap, right? Because you see that like every like Sunday night, and then on the future side, you might see that like every market open. But that's all that really is. That's all that really is. So about to see what NAS100 can do right here, y'all. Again, we don't got that many options, at least as far as the charts I'm looking at today. I got to redo the Sunday chart analysis, so it'll be a Monday chart analysis today, or this week, I should say. But y'all already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. Yeah, I appreciate that, Alana. Last week was a little slow, but we were still able to customize setups. Make sure to hit that first link in the description, join a free signal, free Telegram. It's crazy how it's already about to be August. Like, I feel like July just started. It's already about to be August. Was it's still in the middle of reversing, so I'm not really going to trade it to the. Like I said, I got to redo the Sunday chart now, so we can talk about it really quick. When we just break it down. But I'm not touching this still because I'm waiting to see what the uptrends are going to start, right? So let's just bring it back to last week. So I already got the stuff marked out, but we can redo all this shit. Right, so last week, or prior to last week, right, we had the lower high, we had the lower low. Right, this was the lower high right here. This was the lower low right here. Then price reversed. So then Friday, price rejected. It's what price is doing today, right? So if we can break past this high, we're going to be in the uptrend. So right now I'm looking to see, you can look for buys, but I'm not going to look for buys today. But I'm looking to see if the uptrend is going to start. Or if we're going to push back down, see the down just going to continue. So I'm probably going to look at gold tomorrow, if not Wednesday the latest. But that's what's going on with gold. So gold right now is about to attempt to make a higher high and see if the uptrend is going to come into play or not. That's what's going on with gold right there. So as of right now, I'm just looking at NAS100. And then I was going to look for GJ buys, but GJ ended up rejecting right before London opened. So GJ is kind of in the same situation as it was last week, where it didn't do a damn thing at all last week. So depending on what it does today, we could see price reverse, or we could see some volume kicking later on this week. Whoops, wrong chart. We could either see a higher high, or like I said, the downtrend come into play. So that's what's going on with GJ. And then GU, let me take you off the screen. Reverse last week. So now we're looking to see if we can hold this level as resistance, or if we're going to be strong, hold this level back as support. All right, so that's why I'm only looking at NAS100, because a couple of these charts, we got to wait and see if the trend is going to continue, or the new trend is going to come into play. But yeah, that's what's going on with the charts right now. Can you confirm making your NQ chart like you just did for gold? Please NQ. Do I want to see my NQ markups? I think I got NQ marked up already. Let me see. Do I? Yeah, I do. So NQ, same thing. Right. So we're looking to see if we can BCR and maintain 28,700 as resistance. That's what we're looking for with NQ. So NQ, we're starting a downtrend as well. So we're looking for sales at NQ. That's also why last week we mainly traded NQ, because same thing last week, and NAS100 was like the only chart that was in a clean trend. The other charts were kind of struggling. Like I said, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna do it. I had to redo it. I was having some technical difficulties, so I had to redo it. So I'm gonna redo it for y'all. So it's gonna be a Monday chart now instead of a Sunday, but we're still gonna break this shit down. But as far as how we did last week was a pretty good week. Went 5-1 last week. I kind of the gold trade we took as an L. I mean, we took some nice setups besides gold last week, but as far as signals, right? Because I did catch some NAS100 sales on Friday, but as far as signals, I didn't count the gold setup as a win, even though it hit like TP1, because we rolled that shit rejected immediately after. But 5-1 still not that bad at all. So we went 5-1 last week. We went 6-0 the week before that, and then we went 8-2 the week before that. So that's how we're doing so far this month. Just picking up where you left off last month and last quarter, 6-9 wins, 10 losses, got an 87% win rate. So this is the last week of the month, y'all. So after this week is over, we're going to do the recap of the month for July as well. We'll pull GJ back up. If y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop in the chat. Make sure to like the live and subscribe if you have not already. We're almost at, where we at? Let me pull up my phone. How many subscribers are we at right now? We're at 6,500 subscribers. Let's get to 6,600, y'all. Let's get to 6,600. No problem. How y'all doing? Those just joined the live, we have not entered anything yet. This is just a trade idea. We have not entered anything yet. Let's see what this next 15 looks like. So again, we're looking to see if we can BCR maintain 28.5 50 as resistance. And then on the NQ side, let me pull NQ back up for y'all. Especially because we're not looking at any other trade. Like I said, I don't pay for the CME shit, so it's still a delay. So I gotta pay attention to y'all's charts on the future side. But for NQ, we're gonna be looking to see if we can BCR maintain 28.700 as resistance. Okay, so my computer's tripping out because what the fuck going on right here? Let me reload. Trading will be glitching sometimes. What the hell happened to my shit? I'm getting trolled. Let me just fix it real quick. I think I had it like, I don't remember why I even had it. I think I had it right here. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well, y'all. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram, Playmaker_Way. TikTok, _Playmakerway_. Post daily on both pages. Got some new posts lined up for y'all this week. Got some new posts lined up for y'all this week. Alright, so now we just gotta wait for the BCR, y'all. Again, we're waiting to see if we can break, close, retest, and hold 2550 as resistance. We just broke this level. Let's see if we can close and hold, y'all. We just broke this level. Let's see if we can close and hold. Alright, new 5 minutes just popped up. We got a new 15 about to pop up in a little bit. So we got to see if we can close and hold this up as resistance. If so, we can look for sales going into the next 15. Let's see if we can close and hold this up as resistance right here. Looking for sales because overall trend's bearish. Yep, we're in the downtrend. Yep, we're in the downtrend. So we go to the daily time frame, right? We go pull up a NAS100 chart. We're in the downtrend. Yep. So this is what price is doing right now. So even looking what price is doing currently and the high price end of the week, we're in the downtrend, right? So yep, that's all we're going for sales. So now we're just looking to see if we can hold this up as resistance right here. So we've broken close. So the next 15, we're going to be looking for a retest. That's what we're going to be looking for. We're looking for a retest. $15 just popped up, so we closed right back above it. So we broke it, but you see we rejected right back above it. So we're still gonna look for sales, but again, we're just waiting for price to either be here or hold this up as resistance, or we're looking for a retest right here. Because again, we did catch a huge drop last week, right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, price dropped. So after a lower low does come a lower high. But we're still looking for sales nonetheless. We're still looking for sales nonetheless. All right, so we push back down. Let's see how price reacts right here. Let's see how price reacts right here. If y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. So, question: why wouldn't this be considered an uptrend? We didn't break the lower low. So, Lower lows are in a downtrend, right? So you're talking about NAS100. This is what price is looking like. So again, you identify the trend on the bigger time frame. You enter on the smaller time frame. So this is what NAS100 looks like on the bigger time frame, right? So we're in a downtrend. All right, so that's why we're looking for sales. You identify the trend on the bigger time frame. You enter on the smaller. So now that we know we're looking for sales on the downtrend, now we're looking to see if we can hold this level as a resistance, right? Because you want to sell in the downtrend, sell off resistance levels. Buy in the uptrend, buy off support levels. You forgot it wasn't smart. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Yeah. So when I do these lives, I already did my analysis. So now we're just waiting for our entry. So I like this, right? We got a new 5 minute about to pop up. Yeah. So now we're just waiting for our entry out here. Why not take it now? I'm waiting for it to close. I'm waiting for it to close. Yeah, it's holding now, but I want to wait for it to close because just like right here, it broke but rejected, and then just like the prior 15, it broke but closed above. So I want to see if we can close below here. So we can close below here. We're going to enter it on the next 5 and 15. Yeah, we might hop on this one. This next 15. Gotta do 15, but I'll pop up another minute. If y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat. We'll be looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. You already know the drill. Yeah, it's pushing now. It's pushing now. Yeah, so we're gonna hop in this at this 15 if we can hold. GJ rejected. Like I said, we're not looking at gold or GU. I'm going to redo the Sunday chart now so that this live is over. But yeah, I like this right here. As long as it doesn't fucking dump in the next 10 seconds, we're gonna wait for the next 15. As it's trying to dump, but we're still gonna wait though. Alright, let's see what this next 15 looks like. See our price reacts right here. So we got the break close, we got the retest going on right now. We got the break close, now we got the retest. Let's see if we can hold this low as resistance. What I do this weekend? I went out of town for a little bit, but I just chilled for real, for real. I ain't doing nothing too crazy. I was chilling for real, for real. Was outside. Alright, here comes the retest. What about you? Let's see if we can hold as resistance right here. I might jump in this in a second. I like how this is looking right here. Y'all got any questions? Drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the live. Make sure I like the live and subscribe if you have not already. We're almost at 6,600 subscribers. Let's get to that. Let's get to that. Let's see if it's gonna hold or not. I think it's rejecting back up. Again, we are in the middle of a lower high, so we could retrace to that. But we're still looking for sales nonetheless. So you want to wait for the break, close, retest, break, close, retest. So we broke and closed. Now we have the retest. So now we're looking to see if we can hold this level from a support and turn it and hold it into a resistance. All right, so that's what we're looking for right now. We're looking to see if we can hold this level as resistance. Yeah, I appreciate that, Glow. It's getting really close. It's getting really close with the pullback. Yeah, so we're just waiting. We're just waiting. That's the whole point, y'all. We want to wait for price to show us if it's holding the level as resistance, right? Because if we wait for price to do what it's doing right now, we have a higher likelihood of when we do take the setup, it does push our direction in favor. But we also can avoid a lot of these fake outs people talk about it as well, right? So now we see it's holding the level as resistance. So now we have a higher likelihood if we take the setup of it rejecting. Plus also, think about it. If we would have entered here, nothing would have changed within the past, 10, 20 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So that's also why I be patient with the setups, because like after a while, you realize like you don't have to rush to jump into trades, because a lot of times price don't really take off like it does a lot of the times people make it seem like it do. Yeah, so right now I'm just waiting to see what's holding as resistance. So I do like this right here. I do like this right here. Yeah, so it's break, close, retest, right? Because you saw price broke here, but did not close and retest, which is why I rejected, right? Then we saw this one. So now we have a close, we have a retest. So now we're holding this level as resistance. So now I like this setup right here. New 5 minute just popped up as well. Yeah, I'm gonna make some more videos talking about BCR. I got a few videos on TikTok talking about that, and I got a video. I think I dropped in the chat earlier. Watch this one, how to avoid false breakouts. But I'm making more videos talking about BCR. I was chilling all weekend, but damn, low key, but it'd be like that. Crazy part was the whole bill was paid with trading money. It felt so good. Hey, that's dope. That's dope. Are you the only one in the family that be trading, or you got some other people that be trading with you? That's dope. And you ain't lying, I do feel good because it's rewarding. That's the real reward, right? You have to stay down and wait for the delayed gratification. But when that payout hits, or when that deposit hits, I'm telling you that shit hit different. I'm telling you that shit hit different. That's what. Okay, I just want to make sure. And sales will go up from 4106. Do you think it will go to 4040 before buying? What's your SL? And what's your TP? I'm gonna answer the question, but what's your SL? What's your TP? So I like this. And at the time of prices, the time it is right now. If I don't take a set, I'm probably not gonna take a set until New York session. So I do like this right here. I just want to make sure it holds before I jump in. Because that's another thing too. The reason why I be so patient with my confirmation, because I absolutely hate re-entering a trade more than twice. Like all these people lined up to how to re-enter the trade 3 or 5 times. I absolutely hate doing that. So how do I avoid that? By waiting for these confirmations. You see what I'm saying? But again, even if we would enter the trade, we'd be at entry or drawdown right now. So it's not like we're missing anything. We can take a look at gold really quick. I just want to know what your entry SOTP is. We can talk about it. I'll probably give NAS some time. You know, the charts like to be camera shy when I be on their ass. They be feeling that pressure. So you're trading GC, I'm assuming. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know if you're trading GC. So I'm gonna start breaking it down, and hopefully correct me if I'm wrong before we get into the whole breakdown, right? So sales is the move to go for. The reason why I'm not looking for sales is because we broke the market structure, right? So this is what people be talking about. Like I said, a lot of the shit you hear on the internet is like half-ass explanations for like motherfuckers like me. So when people talk about break a structure, it's not that it's not important. It's just that, again, they don't understand why it's important, right? A break a structure or a change of character, all this dumb shit here on the internet, that doesn't definitely, like, it's not an absolute that when this happens, the trend's going to change. It's one of the first signs of the trend changing, though, right? So again, it's not an absolute that the trend is going to change, but it's one of the first signs that the trend is going to change. So that's why a lot of people look for that shit, right? But what we're looking for here is for price. Let's go to the rules of the downtrend, right? So let's just go to the rules of the downtrend. If y'all don't got y'all's copy of the playbook, I don't know what y'all doing, right? It's Q3, and July's almost over. Get y'all's motherfucking copy of the playbook. But like it says right here, the only way the uptrend will come into play is one, was the uptrend consistent, right? This is what we talk about on TikTok Lives. Make sure to follow me on TikTok. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of the screen, playmaker playmaker way underscore. Also make sure to follow me on Instagram, playmaker underscore way. But the uptrend consists of higher highs, higher lows, right? So one, we don't see a higher low getting made yet, but two, we have not turned this level into support. So we're above it, which is why we're not looking for sales yet, but we still need price to hold this level of support or give us a higher high, right? So what I'm looking for is for price to either break this high to give us a new higher high, or for us to BCR, break close retest, turn this level from resistance to support, then go for buys. Because if not, we're still in sell territory. You see what I'm saying? We're still in sell territory. So unless we BCR back below 40.66, we're still in sell territory. I mean, the downstream wouldn't come back into play, right? So I'm not looking for buys unless we break past this high right here as well. So sales isn't wrong. It's just, it's going to need some volume to break the support level, right? Because that's why when we went for sales on Friday, we hit TP1 then rejected because it didn't quite maintain this level as resistance. You see what I mean? But let me see what y'all said in the chat. But yeah, I like this right here. We might hop in this setup right here. Because this is the only trade I'm going to take before New York anyway. So I'm going to take a trade. It's going to be this one. I do like this right here. But let me catch up to the chat real quick. Let me see what I'm talking about. Nah, it's just me. But first they clowned on me and didn't think it was real, but went through hell to get. Yeah, that's a canon event. You know what I'm saying? That's a canon event. Like, that's telling anybody. Like, I don't even like telling people what I do. Like, when people ask what I do, I just say I'm into candles, or I just say I'm an investor and run a business, and I just keep it out there. Like, investor, like, I invest. I just keep it like that because I don't got time for that dumb shit. You know what I mean? But I went through the same shit. People wouldn't believe in me. Family doubted me and shit. That's just a Canaan event, right? And it's not. Some of it is crab in the bucket mentality, and people just fear mongering. But in other parts, you can kind of tell who is who or which is which. But sometimes also, like, you know, coming out of care. But a lot of times, just a lot of fear mongering, copy and pasting, right? Like, you talk to anybody about day trading, the first thing they'll say is, "Oh, I heard it's gambling." Okay, fuck what you heard. You know what I mean? But it'd be like that. It'd be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, my people still don't fully get it, but like, hey, this motherfucker ain't asking for money or bills to get paid, so he must be doing something right. You know what I mean? So trust me, I get it. That's why you just gotta block the noise out and lock the fuck in. Because like I tell people all the time, this ain't. It's just like with Forex. People still try to clown Forex like Forex is a scam. I'm like, y'all dumb ass motherfuckers. Forex is not a scam. There was just scammers in the Forex space. Like how dumb can y'all be? Anyways, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's the same thing with that shit. Like I hear people like, oh, I heard Forex is a scam. I was like, oh, so when you go to a different country, I guess you're getting scammed when you exchange your currency. Like, what are we talking about? But I like this right here, so we might jump in this cell setup here. Might jump in this cell setup here. I like this right here. Not in it yet though. Might as well wait for the next candle to close. We got 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes. We might as well wait. Ain't no rush unless we get trolled and it dumps within the next minute. Might as well wait. Now wait a minute, you like the setup, but I'm gonna wait till no. I'm saying this is the only if I do take a set of London session, this is the only setup. I'm saying I'm not gonna take any other setup until New York session, right? This is the only setup I like. The reason why I said that last part is because if I don't like nothing right now, I'm just gonna let pre-New York and New York and see what the price market structure does between now and then. But I was saying basically, if I was to take a trade London session, this would be the only trade I would take, right? Because how I like to trade London and New York session, right? So I trade 3 to 6 a.m. on London session, then 8 to like 10 11 a.m. New York session. That's why when I go live on TikTok, when people are like, oh, take a trade, I'm like, I'm already done for today. Because I'm usually done by 10, 11 o'clock, if not earlier. So that's what I meant by that. So we're still going to take the setup, depending on what this next 15 looks like. But that's what I meant. I wasn't saying I was going to trade this until New York. Obviously, if it rejects, I'm not going to trade it, but that's what I meant. Because what I say a lot of times during our lives is if you don't take a setup by 6 a.m., just wait for 8 o'clock, 9:30 New York open. That's the best way to go about it. But yeah, so we got the break close, we got the retest going on. But again, this is what I'm saying. Like literally, if we would have took this trade, nothing happened. You see what I'm saying? That's why like it's not a big rush like these people on the internet try to make it seem where like you have to jump into a trade within 30 seconds and all this crazy shit. Cause I get comments all the time when people are like, damn, all these confirmations you got, wait, by the time all these confirmations are met, we're gonna miss the setup. Literally, if we would have entered at 3:30, nothing would have changed. You see what I mean? That's why it's like you might as well just wait for the confirmations. Instead of, having playing ring around the rosy. Now, obviously, if you take a trade, you can still do that, but y'all get the point. So, let's see what this next 15 looks like. Got a new 15 about to pop up in about 5 seconds. Yeah, if you're always running your football players, definitely game on how you have no skin in the game with that. Yeah, it's just a lot of copy and paste, and not full understanding. Let's see if we can hold this. And TradeView keeps on trolling me with my shit. I don't know what the hell's going on with my shit, but let's see if we can hold this low as resistance right here. But speaking of football shit, that's why it's called the playbook. You know what I mean? That's why it's called the playbook, right? Because in sports, you see the team has got a certain position. You go to the playbook to counter that position. You know what I mean? That's also why you watch film. That's why, again, it's just crazy how people are telling you, even to this day, not to back test. Well, I've seen these videos where people are like, oh, I don't have a strategy. I just do this, that, and that. I'm like, is that not a fucking strategy? Like, what are we talking about? I don't have a strategy. I just have a certain way I trade every day. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? But yeah, we're gonna take this setup right here. I like this. We're gonna take this setup. All right. So again, it's either gonna hold this level or it's gonna retrace and try to retest these levels because we did have a nice dump last week. And after a lower low does come a lower high. So it's kind of retracing right now. So we can kind of see potential what happened Monday and Tuesday last week. But it still sells nonetheless. So we're still going to sell this motherfucker regardless. We're still going to sell this motherfucker. And then like I said, besides that, there's literally no other chart that's in a clean setup right now. So yeah, that's all. options. So I'm gonna do the New York price watch list again. I'm probably gonna do that. I said I was gonna do it after the live, but I'll probably do that like New York session for y'all. Like do the New York, not the New York price watches. My bad. The Sunday chart analysis. I'm probably gonna do the Monday chart analysis. I'll just do the New York Open because fuck it. Most of y'all probably be awake at that time, anyways. But yeah, the charts are kind of just in limbo where we just have to wait for the trend to continue or the new trend to change. Like I talked about earlier, we didn't have a lot of news last week, which kind of had to do with the low volume with a lot of the charts last week. But we did got a lot more news events this week, so should wake the markets up a little bit. Should wake the markets up. Like I say all the time, the first and last week of the month is usually when we have the most news events and also the most things taking place. So we're gonna see what this week's got in store. But yeah, so we're holding as low as resistance right now. So let's see if we can break past this low and push to the downside. Let's see what's gonna happen. Right now we're rejecting, so we're gonna see what happens. So, but like always, gonna hold to SLITB gets hit. But that motherfucker's rejecting as soon as we enter that trade. Let's see if it holds right here. Let's see if it holds. Let me catch it to the chat. Yeah. And everything's got risk. That's what people got to understand as well. Everything's got risk. Everything's hard in the beginning. It's just, like I said, it's not the norm. That's what it really is. Like, to keep it a bean, it's not the norm. And then when you do go on the internet, it's a bunch of fear mongering. That's why people feel the way they feel about it, right? And then unfortunately, they just go based off, which is normal. You go based off what you read because you think it has a bunch of clicks and views and stuff, and it's accurate. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Because again, if everybody knew how to day trade and was smart with the trading, nobody would be working. So, so it is rejecting right now, but we're going to see what happens, y'all. We're going to see what happens. Again, we understand the market conditions. We're waiting for the retest. It was going to reject. It was going to reject regardless. We're still looking for sales nonetheless, though. And like I say, it's always it's a long-term game anyways. Yes, you want to win on a day-by-day basis, but you can't win every single day. The goal is to make money. You're not going to make money just by winning one day. You're going to make money by winning and being profitable at the end of the week, end of the month, end of the quarter. That's the ultimate goal, right? Losses are part of the game. That's why people don't blow accounts and crash out, and it's not a failure rate, but quit on trading because of one loss. It's how people respond to a loss. It's how people respond to drawdown, right? It's how people respond to the wins, right? That's what fucks people up. That's what fucks people up. So you just gotta stick to the You just gotta stick to the game plan. Just gotta stick to the game plan. All these charts are fucking disgusting right now. I ain't gonna lie. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we got going on here. Exactly. Because again, gambling is you don't know what the hell is going on. You have no idea what's happening, and it's literally all by chance. And if you go to casinos, a lot of them are semi-rigged, right? With trading, the reason why people say trading is gambling is because, like we see online, a lot of times people literally don't know what the hell is going on. They're just doing shit. That's why they chase price, because they see a red candle, they buy. Red candle, they sell. Green candle, they buy, and all this other shit, right? But if you know what you're doing, you have a game plan and a strategy, it's not gambling at all. You know what I mean? And then people will counter that with like, oh, but if you lose a trade, okay, that's like saying, fuck, who's good at basketball right now? Like, let's say Steph Curry. I don't know if he's still super popular, but back in the day, that motherfucker, like back when the Warriors and what was it, the Cavs, whoever the fuck LeBron was playing with, when they was going back to back in the championships, you can't tell nobody that Steph Curry is a trash 3-point shooter because he don't make every single fucking shot. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's not the requirement criteria that these basketball players never miss a shot, right? You're going to miss a shot. You're going to miss. That's going to happen. It's impossible to never miss a shot. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean they don't know how to shoot a ball no more because they missed a shot. There's variables, just like with trading. But if you don't understand what those variables are, that's why, I guess, all about perspective. That's why people think it's like everything's out to get them, because they don't fully understand what the hell's going on. You know what I mean? But like I say all the time, trading at the end of the day is math. And once you get the strategy down, once you get the trading plan down, is math at the end of the day, is investing at the end of the day. That's all trading is. So if you just trust the math, trust the process, and you keep your emotions in check and order, you're going to be straight. You're going to be straight. Would you know for sure it rejects? No, so we waited for it to hold as resistance. It was holding as resistance. So that's why we took the sell setup. Right, so now we're just letting the trade play out. Because trade prices are either going to go up or go down, right? So we're going for sales because it held the level as resistance. We're going for sales because we're in a downtrend. But like I was talking about, we just have to acknowledge what we're in. We're in the middle of a lower high, right? So a lower high is a retracement. So it could try to retrace, but we're still looking for sales nonetheless, right? So now we're just holding to SLR TP because we know we want to look for sales. So we entered here, TP's here, SL's here. So now we're going to hold to SLR TP gets hit. That's all we're doing. Now we're just because that's the thing, y'all. Price is going to do what it's going to do. The reason why we win so many trades more than we lose is because we're just doing what price is doing. That's all it is. Like that's all you got. You just got to do what price is doing, right? Price is going to do what it's going to do. So that's why if you go with the flow of price, you end up winning more than you lose. You see what I'm saying? And that's all it is. Just like last week with the NAS sales, right? We went for sales because we was in the downtrend, right? So that's why when we had these big dumps happen, it's just what price does. You know what I mean? Because that's what downtrends do. Like, what the fuck is TradingView got going on? I don't know why TradingView's trolling me. But yeah, we're in drawdown right now though. But we're still gonna hold the SLTP gets hit. Let's see what this next 5 minute looks like. I'm also shocked couldn't hit free throws for nothing. Howard still shot, yeah. Yeah, Shaq, yeah, that motherfucker. Yeah, that motherfucker. It's like, hey, he could dunk, he can make a motherfucker foul out. But them free throws, he wasn't gonna hit that shit. You know what I mean? I feel you on that. Yeah, I'm in the trade. I'm in the trade. So you'll know when I enter a trade when I put it on the candles, right? So that's why I purposely have them to the right, because that's just a trade idea. But when I enter a trade, that's when I put it on the candles. So yeah, I'm in this trade right now. I entered this trade off this 50. So I entered the trade off the 415 candlestick, right? So after price broke close, it was holding this low as resistance. Price was pushing down. That's why I went for the sell. But as you can see, after it was pushing down, it's been rejecting back up. So now we're just holding the SLR TP gets hit. Cause like I said, we're retracing right now anyway, so it's either going to be a retracement day on NAS, or it could retrace and then try to push New York session. If not right now, but sales is moved. So like I was saying, like this is the only sell we're going to take anyways. If I was going to be set of London sessions, there's not many other options. But we also waited for the confirmation, so that's why we're in this motherfucker. So now we're just waiting for some volume. Now we're just waiting for some volume. I impute that. You should have your noties on. You're in the signal room. Put your noties on. Put your noties on. You should have got a notification. But yeah, we're in this right now. But yeah, for all the new people, you'll know when I'm in a trade. Like for example, I'm not in this GJ trade. One, because the motherfucker rejected, but two, because my buy is over here, right? So you'll notice in the past lives as well as the future lives this week, that's the thing, right? I always have my stuff to the right, and if I do take the trade, then I put on the candles. You know what I mean? Yeah, so we're in this one right here. We're in this one right here. Your phone on D&D. And mine should be like that too. I ain't gonna lie. I'm saying that like my noties on Telegram are on, so you know, slightly hypocritical, but you know, because mine should be on D. Like my phone will be on D&D. Mine should be on Focus. But I don't got my notification on Telegram. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't got them on either. So I'm with you 100%. Like during the trading hours, like I literally just have like certain phone numbers that I can go through, and my alarms and trading view. Because if I get a notification, you know how some people get a notification, they think it's old dude or old girl hitting them. No, when I get a notification, I'm getting excited, thinking it's a trading view notification. So when I see anything else pop up, I'm like, bro, I am not trying to see that shit right now. So yeah, so I should be on Focus till like market close or until market opens up later on tonight, Tokyo session. So I feel you on that shit. We're gonna see what this next 15 looks like. So this next 15, what I'm looking for is for obviously not just for price to go down, but we're gonna look for price to try to at least tap this level, not break back down below, or it's going to push back and hit our stop loss. So we're gonna see what this next 15 looks like. We're gonna see what this next 15 looks like right here. Yeah, but there's just not that many options right now. The first 3 weeks of July, we had crazy volume. Again, NAS100 was great last week also, but most of the charts like gold and the Forex charts, they kind of slowed down last week. So we're going to see what this week's got in store going into the new month. But yeah, that motherfucker rejecting right now. I'm going to see how price plays out right here though. DND. Yeah, no, for real, for real. People like, you ain't get my text. I'm like, man, I ain't get a text. Fuck your text. I ain't get a text. A single text. I ain't get nobody's text. That's probably why Apple made that motherfucking thing where you spam call 3 times or you can say notify anyways. They made that shit for motherfuckers like us. Come on, I ain't checking my shit at all. So I think we might hit our stop loss, ladies and gentlemen, but it's all good. It's part of the game. Like I say all the time, wins are part of the game, losses are part of the game, stop loss part of the game, drawdowns part of the game, TP's part of the game. Let's see what this next 15 does right here. And I've been getting DMs a lot as well. Like people be like, man, when you be in drawdown, how do you like not be tripping? And it's like, because again, you just have to accept things. You know what I mean? That's why the trading plan is so important. Because why? Because think about it, it's a cause and effect. Why do most people get upset or crash out when they lose a trade or when they're in drawdown? 1, because they want to win every single trade, right? 2, because they don't want to lose any money, right? But 3, it's the amount they're losing. They either over leveraging like a motherfucker, didn't know how much they was risking, or they don't like that red number they see on the screen, right? But if I'm sticking to my rules, I'm not over leveraging, and I know exactly how much I'm risking. I'm okay. Again, key, not just do I know how much I'm risking, but I'm okay with what I'm risking. What's there to get upset about? Besides what I wanted to win a trade, like that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of this stuff is like the ego. Just like a perfect example is these people on the internet want y'all to genuinely believe that we're so important that there's 10 people sitting at a round table hunting our stop loss. Like that's not what the fuck's happening. Your stop loss just got hit. Right? Your stop loss didn't get hunted, just got hit. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. You just have to trust your analysis, trust the game plan. Again, know long term that you're gonna make that motherfucking money. That's why a trading plan and risk to reward is so important. So if you haven't watched my video on the risk to reward, make sure to check out that out. I mean, watch all my videos because I got a bunch of free game all over the place. That's the wrong one. Where the fuck's the risk to reward video? I thought I dropped it in here. I could have sworn I dropped it in the chat. I guess I didn't. Let me drop it in the chat. I could have sworn I did, but I guess I didn't. So let me drop in the chat, and I gotta get my delivery from out motherfucking side. What the fuck is it? Here it is. We're gonna be on for a little bit longer, y'all. Y'all got any questions? Drop in the chat. When we're looking at your charts, drop in the chat. So now it's in the chat. Now it's in the chat. I'm trying to wait for price to do something, but price kind of just chilling. But I know as soon as I end the live, that's when price is gonna do something. So I'm trying to stay on, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm about to hop back in bed in a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. We're gonna see what this next 15 does. We're gonna wait till this next 15. Yeah, this thing rejecting us. We're still going to hold the SRTP gets hit. But like I said, if it doesn't hold this level as resistance, we are in the middle of a lower high, so today could be retracement day. But we're still looking for sales nonetheless. New York session, I'm going to do the Monday chart analysis. Again, I had technical difficulties, so that's why I had to do the Sunday chart analysis. But yeah, we're going to see if this week cleans up the mess from last week. But yeah, I'll be back in New York session. Like I always say, you don't take a step between now and 6 a.m. Just wait for 8 o'clock, 9:30 open. As we can see, there's not that much volume going on right now, so we'll see if the volume picks up going into New York session. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody's in the live since the beginning. Shout out to everybody's been live since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Go to free signal, free Telegram. Make sure to catch up to the videos on here, and I got some new posts lined up for y'all on TikTok and Instagram. Peace, we out.